What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Troy's Top 5 here on my YouTube channel, King Lister. As promised, I told you guys that I would upload two Troy's Top 5s towards the weekend. One is right now, one will be posted later tonight or early tomorrow. That will be about the top 5 storylines heading into the 2019 NFL season. But right now, we are going to get into a topic that was voted by my friends on my personal Facebook page. They wanted to see me discuss my top 5 songs of the 1990s. So let's get right into it. Troy's top 5 songs of the 1990s. Started with number 5, Wonderwall by Oasis, which debuted in October of 1995. Yes, I know it may be an overplayed song. It is a joke about anybody who picks up a guitar can automatically play this song. But listen, in terms of 90s nostalgia, this has it. It's a great song. It's a beautiful song. I know practically all the words to it, man. If you get me drunk enough and you play it, I'll probably sing it. That won't happen right now. Maybe at a later date. But it's a beautiful song, man. It deserves to be mentioned as one of the greatest songs of the 90s. And like I said, I love it. And when I hear it, I'm right into the 1990s. So it makes my number 5. It makes 5 on the top 5. Number 4, Nothing But a G Thing. Released in March 1993. This is Dr. Dre featuring Snoop Dogg. This was the coming out party for Snoop Dogg. He was introduced to the world in this song. This is off the Chronic album, Dr. Dre's album, The Chronic. This is a huge song in the hip hop world in the early 90s. You know, it hit high in the charts. It just was, hip hop was split up into almost two eras in the 90s. The earlier era was very, gangsta rap, and the late era is very flashy, cars, clothes, and women. I didn't use the other word that rhymes with clothes, but women. That is the two styles of hip hop. And Dre and his camp in the West Coast, the whole Death Row Records, run by Suge Knight with, Dre, Snoop, and Tupac, huge in gangsta rap. I love Dre. Dre's been, a catalyst in bringing us Eminem, 50 Cent, the Game, Kendrick Lamar, the list goes on. His influence as a producer, this influence with this album, the Chronic album itself, huge influence in hip hop history. And I just think it's a great song. I mean, as soon as you hear it, 1, 2, 3 into the 4, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door. I mean, boom, I'm in it. I'm in it, man, right away. All right, moving right along. Number 3, Tearing Up My Heart by NSYNC, released in February of 1997. This was I believe the debut single from their debut album, self-titled NSYNC. Obviously, there's a debate. NSYNC is arguably the greatest boy band of all time. There's fans of the Backstreet Boys, myself included, and then there's obviously people who are young in the 80s who love New Kids on the Block. But NSYNC is arguably the greatest boy band of all time. They had great success, and their first album, led by the way by some of their singles, especially "Tearing Up My Heart," really propelled them to a great standard. It introduces to Justin Timberlake, who was one of the greatest artists we've ever seen. So, beautiful song, really good song, classic 90s pop, boy band era, nostalgia, great song. It's really a fun song, man. And if you hear it, I guarantee you know the words to it. You'll probably sing along. It's a really, really good song. I really, really enjoy it, and that's why it's number 3 on my list. But keep this going. Number 2 on my list, Mo Money, More Problems by the Notorious B.I.G. featuring Puff Daddy and Mace, the Bad Boy family. In terms of the East Coast versus West Coast rap beef, I have always been an East Coast guy. I'm from Pennsylvania. I was a kid, obviously, in the 90s, so I wasn't really into it like that, but I did grow to love hip-hop towards the later end of the decade. I was a fan of pop, obviously, as a kid, but hip-hop really grabbed my heart in the late 90s, early 2000s, and Biggie is one of the artists who kind of I drifted towards. His cadence and his flows and his rhymes. I just really enjoyed Biggie as an artist, man. And you know, I'm huge, you know, big fan of Diddy and Bad Boy and everything he represents. Just a mogul from the hip hop world. His song's personal to me because it reminds me of a buddy and me, uh, you know, driving around town, you know, hanging out, and just, you know, it was kind of an anthem for us. You know what I mean? We're never home. You gotta call us on the yacht. Diddy's Diddy's a goof. But it's a great song, man. Great song. I mean, off Life After Death, which was released posthumously after Biggie died. Biggie died in March of '97. This song was released in July of '97. I believe it hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. If not #1, it was #2. But it was a huge hit after he had passed away. Great song, man. I can still hear Biggie just coming in on that song. BIGPOPPA, no info for the DEA. Federal agents mad because I'm flagrant. Tap myself in the phone in the basement. Rest in peace to that legend, man. All right, moving on to the #1 song of the 1990s according to Troy's Top 5. And that is I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys. That should come as no surprise to anyone who was alive in the 90s. I Want It That Way, to me, is the song of the 90s. It came off the Millennium album by the Backstreet Boys. They are one of the arguably two biggest boy bands of all time, opposite of NSYNC. And to me personally, it's a song that when you think of the 90s, you got to start there. I mean, you know the words to the song. If you hear it, you know you're going to sing along. I don't care if you are into this kind of music or not, you know the words and you're going to sing along. It catches you, man. It's a very catchy song. It is has a great hook. It's just such a good song, man. It's a beautiful song, man. It's just pure 90s nostalgia. It's everything great about 90s music. It just, to me, it's this song. It's just the impact it has still today is huge. I mean, go to any bar on a random karaoke night. I guarantee you're going to see a group of people, maybe even a group of guys probably, who will get drunk enough to want to get up there and sing I Want It That Way at the bar, man. It's a great song. It just, it's been used in all types of, pop culture, media, and it's the Backstreet Boys' greatest song, or at least most known song. So to me, it tops the list at #1 for the songs of the 1990s. So there you have it. Troy's top 5 songs of the 1990s. Wonderwall by Oasis, Nothing But a G Thing by Dr. Dre featuring Snoop Dogg, Tearing Up My Heart by NSYNC, More Money, More Problems by Biggie, Diddy, and Mace, and I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys. Let me know what you think. Please comment below. Let me know. I want to hear your top 5 songs of the 90s. If you like my choices, if you don't like my choices. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, share, comment, subscribe. And look forward to my next choice top 5. Again, either later tonight or early tomorrow. That'll be about the top 5 storylines heading into the 2019 NFL season. Other than that, thank you for joining me today, guys. Have a great day.